What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to Crossing the Line with Dev. I am here with my friend Jamie, and we're going to talk some NBA news, some MLB news. We got some big MLB news this week. Then we're going to go into some movie and TV show news, mostly Marvel and DC because those are the biggest movies coming out. But let's just go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to start off with the last game we talked about was game 3 on last week's podcast because that game was on that Wednesday night. So we hop into game 4 with the Pacers up 2-1. And I kind of was blown away that they were even up in the series at all because I thought the Thunder were going to end it in 5 or 6 games. And the Thunder just bounced back. They have an incredible game in this game number 4. They win by 7 points, 111 to 111 to 104.
Yeah.
Let's kind of look at the stat lines real quick, and then we'll talk about our thoughts on the games.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyrese only had 18 points. Pascal had 20
Mm-hmm.
points. That's pretty average for those guys. Obi Toppin had 17. That's a big game off the bench. But on the Thunder side, Shea had 35. Zero assist, which is weird. You wouldn't expect Shea to have
Yeah.
zero assist with a guy holding the
Um,
ball constantly. And Jalen
that
Williams had 27.
that game on Friday, I placed a bet and the bet lost because he had the zero rebounds because
Oh shit! What did you have him
I
over
had him over
assists?
two. I had him over two.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
He
I
usually
was like,
has like 4 or 5 assists.
I was like, damn, the one time.
I think I definitely missed on this game. I thought the Pacers were going to keep it a little bit closer. I thought they were going to kind of shock the world, and then they did exactly what we expect them to do and lose this game. But Shea had great.
Yeah.
Shea looked good. Alex Caruso, your boy from the Bulls, looked
Hmm.
great. Had 20 points off the bench.
I
But I mean, it was just a practical Thunder game.
I miss him. I miss him.
He's so good, dude. His defense is
Ugh,
incredible.
I know.
I mean, what sucks is like Alex Cruz looked great on the Bulls, but the
Hmm.
Bulls just haven't been good since Jordan, so it's like pointless for any player to do good. Yeah. I mean, Kobe White is legit, but they are in the play-in every single year.
Come on, dude. We got certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
Yeah, you got that boy just
Ugh.
scooping up every 16-year-old in the facility. But
It's like,
no, it was a good NBA Finals game. Thunder take it home. Then we move on to
mhm.
Game 5. Series tied at 2-2. And remember, you and I watched this game together. And there was a
Yeah,
point in the game where the Thunder were up a lot, and then there was a point where the Pacers started climbing back, and they were within 2
yeah. They
in the
brought it
fourth
within two,
quarter,
and then they said no, we're good, and then they lost by 15.
which is like unusual because usually the Pacers are like the most clutch NBA team all year. I mean, the amount of NBA games they've won in the final minutes of
Yeah.
even the playoffs is crazy. They got within 2, and then the
Hmm.
Thunder just absolutely blew them out in the late fourth quarter.
Yeah. I low key like I looked down at my phone for like maybe 1 minute, and I looked back up, and like the lead had returned, and I was like, how did this happen?
I know because we were flipping back between the Dodgers game, which we'll get
Hmm.
into, and this game, and it was like, whoa, holy shit, they're within 2. Flip back, and it's like they're
Yeah.
down 15, and we're like, what the hell just happened?
Insane, bro.
But what's
Oh my
crazy about
god.
this game, you should have bet on this game because Shea had 10 assists in this
I
game.
know,
Yeah.
bro.
But Jalen Williams was the star of the Thunder that night. He had
Hmm.
40 points in 35 minutes, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Everything he was shooting went in.
Yeah.
And that's,
He was having
he's
a
a great
good
player, but
ass
he's a,
game.
he's a Robin, not a Batman.
Hmm.
How do you feel about
Da,
Tyrese only having 4 points this game, though?
I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. I feel like they should cut his contract. Take some money
I
away from that
posted
man.
I posted a TikTok from from the last podcast talking about how like Tyrese has the star power to like carry a game offensively like without
Oh
having
yeah.
to assist all the time, but he doesn't ever do it unless they're like
Uh-huh.
close in the fourth quarter. and I was arguing with some guy in the not arguing, but we were kind of agreeing in the comments about how like he's the only star player who doesn't know he's a star and doesn't know that he can just shoot everything and make it. And it's like confusing to watch him play sometimes, especially a game where he plays 34 minutes as the point guard and has four effing points, dude. What the hell is going on?
4 is ridiculous, dude.
You can't have
To,
that from your
to
star
be
player.
fair though, I could maybe score 0 points in an NBA game. So
Oh, do you honestly think you could score at all in an NBA game against NBA defenders?
oh god, dude, hell no. Are you serious? Hell no.
It's the
Maybe
same
if there was
argument of like, could you
maybe if
get
there
10
was
yards
like
in an NFL game?
yeah. I think I could do that before I could get a basket in the NBA.
Really? You don't
I
think
think
you could get like a lucky back cut rather than like have to go against defenders in the NFL that run like 4-3?
yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I
I'm
mean, I'm
curious. Like,
just
what you honestly think that?
I like those like I might be 6 foot tall, but those dudes are any
Yeah,
all the guys in the NBA are fucking 6'4" and up from there.
literally aliens, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like at least I'm a big dude. Like at least I'm built like a brick house. So like I might be able to get something done on an NFL field. That's about it.
What do you think is the most amount of yards you could get in an NFL game playing as the running back and running the ball?
Yeah, 10 with luck. 10 with
All
luck.
game, like 10
Oh, all
overall?
game? I don't know. I don't know. I I'd love to bullshit about it and be like, "Oh, I could go, I could get a touchdown," but I have no idea, bro. I haven't
I
set foot
think
on a football field in like 8 years.
if I'm getting like let's say 15 carries in an NFL game, I
Hmm.
think I could fall forward for like close to 10. But I don't think I'm getting any
Yeah,
I don't think I'm getting over 15.
no, I don't know. I just like that's so like that's one of those things that you could debate about all day, but the only way to actually know would be to just go and do it. But there's no way to go and do it.
Is it like the argument of like one gorilla versus like 100 men? It's like
Yeah.
once that first guy gets his head ripped off, like everybody's stopping.
I don't know. Like if you like, let's say the scenario on that is like everyone has to do it. Like either all 100 people have to die or the
Hunger
gorilla has
Games
to die.
shit.
I feel like the people would win. 100 people in one gorilla. Like gorillas are strong, but it's like think about if like you were fighting 100 chihuahuas. Toast.
Yeah, true, but like, oh my God, this is gonna get graphic. But like, let's say you insanely hurt one of the Chihuahuas. Do you think they're all still gonna keep going, or do you think a couple of them are gonna be like, ooh, yeah, maybe I won't do, maybe I won't do anything.
I don't know, man. It's like it depends on like the feralness of it. Like some, let's get serial killers in there. They'll be locked in, bro.
Oh yeah, but they're serial killers. I'm talking about like 100 average dudes. Like, do you think if you were in an arena and they said like whoever wins wins, but like it wasn't like life or death, and you see some guy get his arm ripped off, are you still like going in there?
Get that
Put him in a
bitch.
chokehold,
Yeah.
a freaking full Nelson, dude. You do have
Jarvis
fighting experience, so it's different.
Jarvis clipped this shit.
You're what's the sport that you played? I can't remember the specific name.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, jujitsu. You have like jujitsu and fighting knowledge. You're probably like one of the guys that would probably be like, I could do it, but I'm like a guy that's like,
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
like
if I see a toe broken, I'm good.
that's dude, the thing is like that's ground experience. There's like that gorilla is 30 times stronger than I am.
You
Like
think so? You
I'm
think
I'm a
30?
well, they're pound for pound. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, now I'm kind of
Oh,
curious.
how much can a gorilla lift? Between 3 and 5,000 pounds, bro.
Oh my god.
That's they can because they're pound for pound like the strongest animal on the planet, and like it says some estimates suggest they can lift up to 27 times their body weight.
Dude, Jesus. So that means if you have 10 300-pound guys out there, that gorilla
Hmm.
can lift all 10 of them. Oh, that
Yeah,
yeah, there's no way, dude. I think honestly, one gorilla might win.
100 people though, like the gorilla's gonna get tired.
Dude, he can take a tenth out in one shot. That's
but
10 hits.
it's not like that deep. Also, though, have you seen the mouth of a gorilla? Look up for me a gorilla teeth. Look like that. If he bites you, you're cooked.
Oh,
Like
dude,
their
there's
canines
no
are
chance.
insane, dude. They'll rip your
There's
throat
just not
out,
enough
rip your
surface
arms
area
off.
for there's just not enough surface area for 100 people.
Hmm.
So like you're getting lucky if you have 10 guys that can get their hands on the gorilla at once.
No,
And
but
he
I'm
freaking
saying
snags at a head top.
I'm saying like it has to get tired. The gorilla has to get tired, and it can't
But
fight off
before the
everybody at
people,
once. It can't fight off everybody at once.
who do you
Like
think gets tired first?
there's no way one gorilla beats 100 people, dog. I'm about to ask Grok AI.
What do you think is the max amount of people a gorilla can take on?
I'd give it a good 50 people.
Okay, so it's more than I expected you to say. So you're saying like a gorilla really stands a chance at 50 like average pick of the litter humans off the street.
It depends, like who you really get in there because like it's so by chance.
Well, if we go back to the sports debate about like could you get yards in an NFL game, how many yards do you think you could get in a high school football game right now as the
Oh,
running back?
high school football touchdown.
You
College
think you could get
football
over
10
40
yards.
yards?
I think in high school football, yeah, but in anything above that, like college or especially the NFL, like
What about Little
maybe
League?
10. Dude, in baseball or
No, football. You think you could
I'll
do
fuck
you
them
think they
kids
would
up.
get you down? Do you think they
Oh
would
hell
tackle you
no,
once?
hell no. A stiff arm, baby.
How many points are you scoring in a middle school basketball game?
Oh, fucking still one basket.
75, just beating the record,
That's the only
beating
way I can
maybe
have
Wilt
Mamba
Chamberlain getting like
my
110.
the only way I can pull out Mamba mentality in um in a basketball game is if I was playing with middle schoolers.
Middle schoolers.
Ah!
That'd be
This-
hilarious. But we'll talk more sports debates in a little bit. Let's just finish this Thunder
yeah,
Pacers
my
game
bad.
was good for about no, I just was curious about all that stuff. But it was like it was good for like 10 minutes at max. Wasn't a super great game the entire time. I hope that they bounce back and make it a series so that we can see
Hmm.
a game 7 because
Yeah.
I don't think any of us expected that. But I do have a feeling the Thunder will close it out next game and meet what I expected to happen, which is Pacers weren't going past, or the Thunder weren't letting it go past 6 games.
Yeah.
The next game is what? That would be tomorrow night?
Hmm.
Yeah, because you're working and so we can't watch it together. So
No,
that'll
I
be
don't work
tomorrow
tomorrow.
night. I'll probably place a couple bets. Maybe like a Tyrese gets 15 points, maybe has a double double, something like that. You got Shea under 35.5 points. I think I'd probably play something like that. I think
I
there's a chance there's a bounce back, but I don't know, dude.
no,
They
I don't
look
work tomorrow,
slow.
bro.
I thought you closed tomorrow and that's why we couldn't watch it.
No, I close on Friday. Rose closes tomorrow.
Oh, maybe we go watch it if you're
I'm down.
down.
Oh,
Well,
100%.
we'll figure that out
Yeah, we'll figure it out
off the
later off
podcast,
camera.
but well, Jamie and I will definitely be watching it, whether it'll be together or separately. But we're gonna hop into some MLB news because if you see behind me and on
Oh,
my hat,
hold on.
and Jamie has a ton of merch,
I gotta switch up.
we are fortunately the biggest Dodgers fans in the world. We have Dodgers everything. We both have Shohei jerseys.
Mm.
He's got blue Jordan sneakers that he bought just for a Dodgers baseball game. Unfortunately, the only one we saw together, they got smoked. But we did get to see a Shohei home run, which was pretty
Yeah,
sick.
that was fire.
Um,
Straight into the hot
but
tub.
Tuesday night, it was Tuesday, right? Or was it Monday?
No, it was Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday?
Yeah, Monday night. Shohei had his pitching debut for the first
Hmm.
time in almost 2 years.
Yeah, insane
Two
amount of time.
years. And he pitched against the Padres. And I think neither of us expected it to be this soon. We know that injury shouldn't
Mm-mm.
have lasted 2 years, but it went from like he's pitching simulated innings for the first time to
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, he's starting the game against the Padres tonight from some Dodgers
Yeah,
Facebook post.
yeah. I can't believe the first place they posted it was Facebook. They didn't put it anywhere else until the day after they posted it on Facebook. They're like, "Hey guys." Like
Y-
if I didn't see it on Facebook, I wouldn't have known until the day of.
You
I'd be like, "What
think
the
they would have
hell?"
announced it like slightly earlier just
Mm-hmm.
so they could have bumped up ticket prices?
Yeah. Um. Do you think that the reason they did it is because of they have so many pitching injuries right now, or do you think Shohei was like just told them he was ready?
I think it was a part of Shohei being ready
Mm-hmm.
and a part of like they didn't want to let the Padres know in enough time to like watch tape and review his pitching
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So it was kind of like a let's keep this under wraps so that we're not giving anything away to who we're playing.
Yeah.
But 2 years is a long time for a Tommy John.
Oh,
But we watched
100%.
every single pitch from Shohei that night.
Yeah, all
And
28,
I'm
baby.
going to start with my opinions on how I
Mm-hmm.
felt about it, and then we'll go to yours. I'm happy Shohei's back. I'm scared he's going to get injured. Did he have the best inning? No. His ERA was 9. He had a
Mm-hmm.
couple wild pitches. They were hitting off of him. I will say the Padres do have some really great hitters in the top of the lineup. So, like, we'll kind of bump it to that. Do I think he's going to get his confidence back and be like a legit, probably top 5 pitcher in the league? Absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
he was throwing hard as shit in that game. Every pitch was like 99 to 100.
That shit was crazy. I can't believe I really expected him coming into I expected him to come into that game throwing a little bit soft. Like I was expecting like 80, 85, and a little bit of like, assist some of his sliders, curveballs, and that kind of stuff. He threw a couple of them, but they were still like 100-mile an
Yeah.
hour balls.
I mean, he was
Um,
throwing like high 80 changeups, and I'm like, dude, that's a
mhm,
fast ass changeup.
yeah. Um,
How did you feel about the inning, like as not just a Shohei or Dodgers fan,
mhm.
but like just as a baseball fan?
Obviously, it wasn't an amazing inning, but like I couldn't have thrown any better than that. I'm not injured. My balls would have been worse.
And I can't remember who was in the outfield to catch the ball, but that Tatis like line drive to center field, like there
Yeah,
was a chance that that center fielder caught the ball. He
yeah.
just got unlucky and dove and missed it, and so he got us,
He did. It sucks because he missed it
hit
by
a
like
double.
3 inches.
Oh, 3 inches. So like there was a chance that Shohei got out of that inning with like a 0 ERA,
Yeah.
but he did get a couple hits off of them. They got a
Mhm.
double. They allowed a round base off a wild pitch. Like it wasn't the greatest inning, but he threw hard and had a couple great pitches. I just hope that this doesn't like affect his confidence at all because there were reports that he was not happy at all with that inning.
Oh, which is fair though, but he came into like so much pressure into that inning. Like
Oh yeah.
just like
The
I
fans
couldn't
literally
imagine.
booing every single Padres hitter that came up. Like
Yeah.
can't imagine the adrenaline of going into that game. I
Oh
didn't
man.
remember what his hitting stats were. How did he look hitting wise? Can you look that up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hit a homer that night.
So he did have a good night, at least as a DH.
Or maybe it was let me make sure. It was on was it Tuesday or no, it was Monday.
Monday. I'm gonna look at the ESPN.com and just look at the box score real quick.
Yeah.
So for hitting, Shohei had 4 at bats, 0 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He struck out twice, so it wasn't a terrible one. He got
Mhm.
walked once.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it might have been the day after it he got a homer. I don't remember.
so at least he didn't go like 0 for 4. He went
Hmm.
2 for 4 and a walk. So like he looked okay. His pitching stats were 1 inning pitched, only 2 hits. So he had pretty much a double a wild pitch, and that's what caused the run.
Hmm.
He had an ERA of 1 for the inning, but that comes out to an ERA of 9 total. Then Vanda came in, didn't look. He only pitched literally like point 0.2 inning.
Yeah.
Then we had
Would you,
Casper's pitch 3.
if you were a coach, if you were the coach, would you have let Shohei have one more
Um,
as like a one
no,
inning warm up, and then like, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think they did the best thing possible because I think it
Mm-hmm.
would have, like, let's say, like, there is a chance Shohei came in and just had 3 straight strikeouts in the second inning,
Mm-hmm.
like, because he got the jitters out. But there
Yeah.
was a chance that Shohei comes back. There's a couple wild pitches, gets a couple homers hit off of him, and all of a sudden that's a 5-2 game, and his confidence is down in the drain. I
Yeah.
think that,
True.
I think where they took him out was like the best spot possible, and
Mm-hmm.
they're just gonna slowly give him like
Oh,
2 innings the
100%.
next game, then 3 innings, and they're just slowly getting him ready for the playoffs. I think he's
You
going to
think?
be like a legit starting pitcher in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Do you think that they'll have him close a couple times soon?
I mean,
I
it
see.
depends on injuries, but he's
Mm-hmm.
never really been like a one inning closer type pitcher. He's always
No,
been
no,
like
no,
a, he
no.
can go deep into games, so they'll probably want him as the starter in like the
No, no,
eighth.
I 100% agree, but I'm curious right now while they're warming him up if they'll have him close at all.
No, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think so because
Hmm.
he's just going to be a starting pitcher anyway, and it's like
Yeah, fair enough.
that's kind of a different mindset of like
Hmm.
usually closers have like an incredible one pitch. Shohei's
Yeah.
a starter because he can throw literally everything
Hmm.
great.
That's why he's a two
You
way
know what I
superstar.
mean? But you're right, like with injuries, there's a chance they might just be like, "Hey, we're going to let you close even if it's not a close game, we're going to have you close the last 2 innings just to get like warmed up."
Hmm.
But I mean, we have some I know you said we have some injuries, but like Kershaw's back.
Hmm.
We got hold on, let me look this up. Who is injured for the Dodgers right now?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I know we've got a couple, three or four.
But
It's so fun to watch Kike come onto the mound.
oh yeah, when he was
Did
pitching
you?
that game that was out of hand.
He he pitched one at 87, and it was like a right down the middle strikeout. But there was a video of it on Instagram that the Dodgers posted, and the Tommy John surgery like page, the official page, commented and said, "I got him in my sights." I was like, "What the
Wow.
fuck, dude?"
What the hell?
Let me see if I can find it exactly. But I was like, "That's insane, bro."
So we still I mean we have Kershaw, Yamamoto, Dustin May, Dryer, Shohei. Like our pitching
Hmm.
staff's really good, but I think you're right. We don't have the most incredible closers like we have in the past, but I think our offense makes up for it.
Oh, I
And I
agree.
won't lie, one negative thing I'll say about
Hmm.
a great Dodgers players, I don't think Mookie's looked all that great this year.
Oh, which sucks because I love Mookie.
I love Mookie so much, but dude, I'm looking at all the data bursts from like the Dodgers players. I don't think we realize how many of them are like our age or younger than us, which is
Oh yeah,
crazy to think about.
isn't Shohei's only what 30?
Yeah, he's born in '94, so he's
Hmm.
5 years older than us, 6 years older than you.
Yeah,
But our Dalton Rushing is was born in '01. Like Kim was born in '99, January of
yeah.
'99, so he's literally the same age as us. Andy Pages is younger than us. Well, yeah, he would be younger than you. He was
I
born
can't
in
believe.
December 8th of 2000.
Also, I can't believe the way you just said. I can't believe you just said pages.
Pages. But no, I just didn't even realize that. But no, Shohei will, like we both agree Shohei will get the hang of it, and he'll
Oh
get
yeah.
to a point where if he's pitching amazing, they're gonna keep him in for 7, 8 innings.
Hmm.
Maybe even let him get a no hitter if it's possible.
That'd be
But
insane.
I'm curious to see if he goes that deep, if he's still gonna
Hmm.
bat every single inning while he's pitching, or if they're gonna
Yeah,
wait until he gets pulled to let him go DH.
I I don't think so. I think that's part of the money. That's part of the $700 million contract. Is you're doing both. Um, I obviously I know they don't want him to like get hurt and stuff. So like depending on the game and how he's feeling, they might change it up. But that's like the thing. Like and that's Shohei's thing is like he is a two-way superstar. So like he's on the mound and then he's going straight to the fucking box.
Dude, it's probably a good thing that I'm not a coach because you know
Hmm.
how I am about like expensive items. Like if something's too expensive, I'm like, yep, gonna keep it in the box and never open
Hmm.
it, never touch it, and never ruin it at all.
You
And
would
it's
leave
like,
Shohei on the
yeah,
bench.
Shohei would never play ever because he's a $700 million investment. Like, holy
Oh
shit,
my
dude.
god.
How do
Nah.
you how does that coach go like, yeah, let's go pitch an inning? Imagine if he got hurt that game. Holy shit. The reports.
Hmm.
I don't want him to, like knock on wood he never gets hurt again, but it's like
Yeah.
if he went out there and got hurt on his elbow, his shoulder or whatever again, like it's crazy, but it's lucky that he's 6'4", what, 260,
Yeah.
built like a
Probably.
brick shithouse. Like he's gonna play for a while. Just sucks that he played on the Angels so long, so we had to watch a shitty team to watch a two-way player play an incredibly high level of baseball. But we're gonna talk
Yeah.
more about Shohei. Shohei seems like last thing we'll talk about Shohei. It seems like he's gonna pitch either Saturday, June 21st, or
Hmm.
Sunday, June 22nd against the Nationals. So that
Yeah.
will be the next Shohei Ohtani pitching game, and I'm sure Jamie and I are gonna be watching every single pitch, whether we're
Do
together or
you
separate.
um do you think that they're gonna start playing it by ear with him? Like, because they had Banda warming up basically at the beginning of that inning. So, do you think they
Yeah, but
planned
if
on
he
having
didn't
him for
have
one, or do you think if he was throwing good, they would have just kept him in?
yeah, I agree with the last part. Like if he didn't have such a hit or miss inning, they wouldn't have warmed him up that early. The only
Yeah,
reason they warmed him up that early is because they were scared that if like he got tanked, it's all of a sudden a 3 game.
hmm
So it was like if Shohei was out there with like two strikeouts, no hits, nothing, he's dude, Banda's sitting on the bench and saving that spot warm. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He's
yeah.
not coming in, brother. But we will watch the next game. We'll talk about it more. It seems like Dave Roberts will have more news as to when he's specifically going to be pitching, but I'm sure they're going to keep it under wraps until the day of and then post something on like
Yeah.
fucking Reddit or something weird like that.
Reddit would be
Yeah.
insane. I'm on a Dodgers Reddit, but if there's posted on there, I'll be pissed off.
But we're going to switch over to some entertainment news. You know how we like to talk about shows, movies, and with this summer being a big box office summer with like a lot of big movies coming out. One thing
Yeah.
I want to talk about real quick before we get into like some MCU DCU news is we all seen Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out this summer.
Oh yeah.
It looks great in the trailers. I thought it looked great, but
I
you
want
know
to
how
see
they
it
do
so
like
bad.
box office projections based on like early ticket sales for like when it comes out?
Yeah.
Dude, they're projecting that that movie's gonna like tank. Like
For real.
be awfully bad in the box office. They're saying it's gonna like be $170 million movie. That movie probably cost $300 million to make,
Oh,
and it
100%.
looks good. I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's in between like Superman and Fantastic Four
Hmm.
and Elio and like a bunch of other movies people want to go see,
Yeah.
or people are just tired of the Jurassic World. But like, did you think that movie was gonna be projected to be that bad in box office?
I it depends because like the last few like haven't been amazing. Like the movies are so hit and miss. It's like
The first one was good, and then the rest were just like, ugh.
yeah. I
Because
think
you've seen the
like
original, right?
oh yeah.
That's what this movie reminds me of. It
Hmm.
reminds me a lot of the original Jurassic World, where it has that like fear element involved.
Well, and that's the thing is with this movie is they like it's gonna be like straight up insane, like rated R gore. Like it's gonna be like
Oh, really?
yeah, it's at least from what I read when they were first started making it. That's what it said. I haven't heard really anything like on that topic as it's been coming out, but apparently, like it's going to be pretty gruesome.
Shit. I mean, I expected it to be like kind of around like what Venom did in box office theaters, where it's like that
Hmm
400 million worldwide mark, but like 170 is like, dude, that's losing a lot of money,
hmm
which means they're not going to make another one with Scarlett Johansson, which sucks because we love seeing her on screen in tight uniforms.
Oh, this guy.
Did you also see that they're casting right now for a Zelda trilogy? They're
I
like
did see
finally
that.
filming a Zelda trilogy. That is gonna. They're talking about it being the kid from the movie we just seen tonight.
Which one? Oh, like the guy who played Hiccup.
Yeah, the guy who played Hiccup.
Uh, you're gonna be Zelda, bro.
I'm gonna be Zelda, dude. I'm gonna have to shave the mustache and
Shit.
grow my bangs out a little bit.
No, I
No, we're
didn't
making
see
those
that.
jokes because my dad looks a lot like Gerard Butler, and I look a lot like Hiccup if I didn't have a mustache. And so we're like, we should just dress up as Halloween. We don't really need to do much. But no, we'll
Oh,
get into some Marvel news because James Gunn has been yapping like it's going out of style and saying things he probably shouldn't say. James Gunn was in an interview with I don't remember who, but he's talking about how Disney and CEO Bob Iger has since admitted that it's diluted the focus and attention of fans with how much movies they've put out and
yeah.
how much they've launched on Disney Plus. And James Gunn said that that's what killed movies and that's what killed
hmm
superhero movies and Marvel movies. And it's like, look, is it possible that he's right? Absolutely. But it's like, dude, you worked for Marvel for a long time. They
hmm
gave you an opportunity to have any movie you want to make be made.
hmm
And they are the reason that you got put in the position of like head of DCU, the DCU movies.
Oh yeah.
And that is, they're in a category of movies you're making. You should be uplifting every possible superhero movie ever because it
hmm
just boosts what you make in revenue and how many people go see your movies. But if you trash talk the biggest movie franchise of all time and talk about how much they sucked and how much they changed everything while you were there and how much they screwed everything up with movies, it's like you
hmm
just look condescending and it makes you look like you're trying to say, I'm going to do everything the perfect way and we're never going to fail ever. Because what happens if
Yeah, but I
Superman
mean,
fails? They're going to come at your neck.
low key, like look at it in the way of like he's using all publicity is good publicity. Like he's thinking, I feel like with those statements, he's like, I'm gonna bring a shit ton of attention to this movie by saying this stuff.
Do you think that's the right way to do it?
Maybe not, but we're talking about it.
Do you think it'll work?
Yeah.
Like, do you think people are actually going to go see Superman because he's like shit talking Marvel and talking
Uh,
about how much he had to sacrifice?
especially the people who think that DC is better, absolutely. And then for all the people who are like kind of getting fed up with Marvel, they're gonna go watch it.
How big of a DC fan are you?
Um, there's only Marvel on that shelf, so
True. But I'm assuming you would go and you would watch every movie.
not every movie. Like,
Really?
I don't think I saw. I'm trying to think. I actually haven't even seen the Justice League.
Oh, yeah, don't go watch it.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see
Ugh.
that. I didn't see the Flash movie.
Okay, real quick story on the Flash movie.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of like 4D movies where like the seats move and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
So I had never seen one. We went on vacation 2 years ago when The Flash came out, and I kept saying like, "This is the only thing I want to do while we're in Cali because they have 4D movies." I thought it was gonna be like a strap and like comfortable and like crazy movement and stuff.
hmm
It's me, my dad, and Gil, and you know my dad. He's a grumpy guy that likes to shit talk everything and make fun of everybody. He's just like
Yeah,
a typical dad.
yeah.
we talk him into going to see the Flash 4D movie. He's not the biggest superhero fan, but he just went to like entertain me.
Yeah.
We sit down in the seats. They're like normal Harkins theater seats. They're not very comfortable. That you're sitting upright. There's like buttons for like bubbles and water and air. So like if there's like a scene in the movie that has any of those, it can like flash you with it. All of a sudden we're watching the previews, nothing has happened, it's not moving at all. We put on our goggles, the Flash movie starts, and all of a sudden we're getting shaken like a massage chair, and it's like hurting like a motherfucker. We're like jiggling everywhere, it sucks, it's uncomfortable. And I look at my dad and I can just see how bad of a time he's having. And for like 40 minutes straight, Gil and I were just laughing at how
Oh,
awful
that's
a 4D
awesome.
movie is.
I
It
know your
was
dad
so
was
funny,
just.
but
I know your dad was just sitting there like this.
dude, that's exactly how he was sitting. He's just
I,
angry, like
I know,
waiting for
and
it to
I
get over.
every 20 minutes, Devin, this sucks.
Yeah, every 20 minutes, he just looks at me and goes.
Oh,
No, it
that's
was
fucking
hilarious.
funny.
I would never go see a 4D movie again, but the
Hmm.
Flash movie was okay. It had its moments, but DC, there's moments where it just reminds me of like the Flash TV show from like the CW, and
I
it
like that
feels like
movie. That movie's
corny
fire,
and
or that
outdated to
show.
me. I did like it too, but it's like they don't have a lot of money to spend on CGI,
Oh
so you can
yeah,
tell the CGI is like awful.
but it has a good story. Good story.
Oh, great story, and I thought he played a really good Flash, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
I feel
yeah,
it'd be
so
cool if
you
they
don't
brought
watch
him
every
into the
movie.
MCU. No,
Oh,
like the. I
oh, in
think
the
the
DC,
last. I think the last DC movie that I watched was the 2022 Batman.
you didn't see. I'm trying to think. You didn't see what's the Thunderbolts version of DC?
No idea.
You know, like the bad guys that turn good.
Oh, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, did you watch any of those ones?
I didn't see the new one. I saw the one that came out in like 2018 or whatever it was.
So you didn't see Aquaman, Blue Beetle, or Shazam, the
Oh,
newer ones?
I take it back. Blue Beetle was fire. I
Dude,
didn't want
everybody said it was fire.
I didn't watch it in theaters, and but I gotta support my Hispanic side. You heard? so I
Yeah.
so
There's talks
I
that he's going to be into this new DC universe.
that'd be cool. He did a really good job, and he's a really good rapper. I don't know if you've ever heard any of his stuff, but it's good.
I haven't. What's his
Um,
do you know his rapper name
it's
by
just his name.
chance?
It's just his name.
Oh, it's just his name.
Um,
So you didn't see the newer Aquaman. You did see Blue Beetle, but unfortunately that was like at the very tail end of the last DC universe, so they kind of were like last
I,
movie.
I didn't see Aquaman 2. That came out, right?
Yeah. Did you see
Okay.
Black Adam?
Um, my dad was watching it in the living room one time, and I saw like a tail end of it where he was like locked
Like 10
up.
minutes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I saw he was like
It
locked
was
up, and then he was
okay.
like, "I have to do good," and then he fucking went and fucking beat up a guy.
I don't know if they consider it um part of the uni. I don't like. Did you see either of the Jokers with Joaquin?
Yeah, I did see the first one. I didn't see the second. But I saw the first one with my mom when it came out.
Okay, so you didn't see the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
Which was that the? See, I don't even know.
That's the one
The
with Idris Elba,
No, I saw the one with
not
Will
Will Smith.
Smith.
Oh shit, that one sucked dick.
Hey, but
I was so
I love me
hyped for
some,
that movie,
I love me some Will Smith. So
dude. Fuck, he is so corny now. I don't.
here,
I
look.
loved him.
Ah,
I'll say it, he's corny.
ah, ah, ah. I
What was his
fucking
name?
hate.
Deadshot or something.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what
But
is the? Oh, who plays the Joker in that movie? I hate is the worst Joker ever.
oh, yeah. I've always hated him as an actor. Oh
Oh,
shit, what's his
he
name?
played Morbius too. Jared Leto.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Oh my god, he's the worst. He is the worst. I
I've
don't
read
think
some
there's a
interviews
Leto
with
movie I
him
like.
where about him where people will talk about like his like method acting on set and like people will just be like I'm kind of uncomfortable when I'm around him and I'm like it was fair enough
Dude,
dog.
so you've read those reports of him being like
Yeah.
so in character that he's like pranking his co-stars by like pouring piss on them and shit. Like he's a fucking weirdo, dude.
Insane, dude. Like, what are you doing, bro?
And Morbius sucked. He did play in the Haunted
I
Mansion, which
I
was like
never
a decent
watched that.
movie.
I didn't watch Morbius, and I didn't watch the Spider Woman movie that came out because I heard it was
Oh, that
trash.
movie sucked. I didn't see it. I didn't watch any of those ones. The only ones I saw
Yeah.
were Venom. Not watching Morbius. Not watching the
Hmm.
Craven the Hunter.
Hmm.
But I also hate Dakota. She is Jared Leto for the actresses. But just to while you do that, just to keep things going real quick,
Sorry, I'm
I
sorry.
am no, you're good, brother. Don't worry about it. Just to, but yeah, James Gunn. I hope it works out for him. I think it's better. I think it's better for all of us if
Mhm.
DCU performs well. The
Oh
Suicide
yeah.
Squad is the reason they gave him DC. I just hope it performs well because then it gives competition to Marvel to make better movies, and
Hmm.
it gives us more superhero movies to watch.
Yeah.
And that's not bad for us superhero fans, but you and I are mainly Marvel fans. We both agree on that.
Well, it's like I
The
like
next,
Batman. Blue Beetle's cool.
did you like the newest Batman?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
I did too.
Um,
But
his Batmobile
uh,
was the coolest one ever.
dude, that one was so sick, and he was so jacked,
Oh, 100%. I
dude.
when
He
they
got big for that movie.
when they first cast him, I had my doubts, but as soon as I saw him in that first look, I was like, "Holy shit."
Was there anything you haven't liked him in? I've liked him in pretty much everything he's been in.
Yeah, no, I just like from the stuff I've seen him in, like it didn't really align with like the Batman role.
Yeah,
So
true.
I was just iffy about it, but as soon as I saw that first look, like the first look they showed with like the red lights and shit, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be fire."
Yeah, to go from like Twilight to that elephant movie to like, oh my god, he's Batman, like breaking arms and shit. I did
Now the
like
only
how
thing I can think of
gory
when
it
I
was.
fucking see him is something in the way.
I hate you, dude. But the next thing we're gonna talk about some other MCU news is it looks like the box office for Fantastic Four is going to break what they project to be the highest grossing Fantastic Four movie of all time. Now it's right now it's set at 400 million, which was the original Fantastic Four if I'm not mistaken, not
Hmm.
the one with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller. That one sucked. But it's supposed to be breaking that easily and being like the 450s. I've seen like
I
clips of that movie. Oh shit.
it's I never watched the second one that came out. I still think the first ones are so good.
So good.
I actually even did a rewatch a couple weeks ago. Are they a little bit crazy with Sue Storm? Yes.
Yes.
They made that poor girl get naked 16 times.
Oh my
In the
god,
first
they were
movie, it's
so
like,
sexist.
chill out, bro.
It was early 2000s, so like we understand it, but yeah, watching it now in today's like
Mm,
understanding, it's like holy shit, brother. No wonder
yeah.
Marvel Rivals is making like half naked costumes and shit. Sex
Dude,
sells.
some of the costumes of that game are ridiculous. I am
Dude,
so excited for that Moon Knight skin though.
some of this,
That is
oh,
so
that Moon
fire.
Knight skin is gonna be so nice. Another character we hope continues to stay in Marvel. But
Did
then
you there was some leak saying that he was gonna Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight was gonna be in season 2 of Daredevil.
I hope so because I know that they've been kind of really what's how do I word this? The reason
Mhm.
they haven't made a second season of Moon Knight is not only like money and stuff, but like they're waiting on Oscar Isaac to give the okay and yes to want to do it, and then for the writer to write another one.
Well, and the I don't know if they're allowed to make another season because when they entered it into um the fucking whatever the TV award was that they did, they wrote it as like a limited series. They're like
Oh
a one
shit.
season series. So I don't think they're allowed to make another. Like they wouldn't be able to call it just Moon Knight. It'd have to be something
It's gonna
like there's Daredevil Born Again. So like it would be like Moon Knight, The Coming of the Moon, or some
yeah.
stupid shit.
Like
But
he can be his he can be like a secondary character but not the main character of a series type shit.
But I don't know how the legality of that works. I just know that's the reason they didn't do it. I don't think they expected it to be as popular as it was.
It's like it's like Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil Born Again, like not being able to be put in Marvel movies because of the Netflix contract with Daredevil. It's like that's
Yeah,
the only
which is
thing
so
keeping him from being able
crazy
to big
because
screen.
like Netflix, like that deal's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but they somehow some way still have like rights to that character, and they had to
Hmm.
like get the rights to that character to be able to play him in the second or in Born Again,
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again.
So they're
Speaking of
Sonying his
Born
ass.
Again, some sad news about Daredevil is
Hmm.
how they had the things called the Nielsen's ratings, and it shows how many hours watched of any TV show,
Yeah.
and if you go over a certain amount, then you make the top 10.
Yeah.
Brother, they didn't even hit the top 10 in Nielsen's ratings, even during the first second episodes. The first episode only drew 7.5 million views in the first 5 days.
Uh huh.
Not a lot. We know
Yeah.
YouTubers who get more YouTube videos views than that. And then Agatha hit 9.3 million. That's why they're making a second season.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is like all the movies and TV shows that Marvel makes that are incredible aren't getting views. And it's like the movies that are getting a lot of views. Like Captain America did well in box office for Captain
Yeah.
America, and then Thunderbolts got shit on. Same with like some of the Marvel shows that got put out. Not as good.
Yeah.
Daredevil was incredible and nobody watched it. So like
Yeah.
are we going to get a third season? Maybe not.
I There's no way they don't greenlight that. It's like one of their only things like they've got going right there right now.
But they're not making
Um
money.
I just and I think honestly the problem is like, but I mean it's I like you said Agatha made it, but it's like when you like let's put it this way. Charlie Cox's parents went on Netflix to watch it and they just rewatched the first one and they were like, this is kind of the same thing, isn't it? And come to find out he's talking to his parents. They just rewatched the first one on Netflix.
So they
Like
didn't even know that it was on Disney Plus as a different
yeah, and
separate
so like
show.
I'm curious how many people like missed it because of that or like
Or there
kind of the
wasn't
other
enough
stuff.
promotion for it and shit.
Yeah.
Not enough word of mouth.
Yeah.
But it was
It's
great.
yeah, 100%. But it's like like promotion is so different now and like I feel like so many people are still only promoting on like cable and stuff whereas like I
We're not
I'm
on cable ever.
I'm no, I'm rotting. Like most people are rotting on the internet. Like, and I didn't ever see a single Daredevil Born Again ad while I was on TikTok or
No,
Instagram.
I
And so,
didn't
like,
either.
I think they're just focused. Like, that's part of it is like focusing into the wrong places because, like, most
They're giving more shout and more stuff to Ironheart, which probably won't be as good of a show.
no,
Like when driving through California on vacation, I saw so many Ironheart billboards to the point where my dad was like, "What is that?" And Ari goes, "I
hmm
want to watch Ironheart." They didn't even know what the hell it was.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you see something you want to watch it, and then. But it's like Andor is number one right now on the Nielsen ratings, and you know what number two is? It's fucking Bluey.
Oh yeah.
Which,
What
granted,
is third?
fire
Fire
show,
show.
but I
Does it show you
love me
what
some
third
Bluey.
is?
It's Nona's, and I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what that is either. Dude,
Number
what's
four, Grey's
crazy is we keep
Anatomy.
like, oh, Grey's is fire. I'm gonna say it
I've
because I'm
never
a
seen
Grey's
it.
fan. It's great. Anyway, what's five? Go through the list of 10.
Okay, so one Andor, two Bluey, three Nona's, four Grey's Anatomy, five Criminal Minds, six is You. Haven't seen that either. I'm pretty sure it's Netflix.
Yeah.
Seven is The Last of Us. I'm surprised they're still up there.
I'm surprised
Um,
they're that low. Or are you saying because it's like late and it's the season's already ended?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, like I get, like I'm like for them to still be up there, I feel like is pretty impressive.
Did it hit
Because
number one though when it was coming out?
I don't know when did it come out. When it was
It would have
do you
came
know
out
when the
like
first episode aired? But
10,
I don't know if I could look back on the Nielsen
like nine
ratings.
weeks ago. It would have been like almost 2.5 months. I would just look back at like a month and a half from now and see if it hit.
Hmm.
during like the first four couple episodes.
I'm gonna try and see because I don't think it lets me.
Fucking Bluey, dude.
Yeah, because I don't think I can go back. I think
I'm
because
assuming
right
it
now
probably hit the what, top five?
it's showing me the last week of May right now, and that's where Last of Us was at number 7.
Oh, okay. So it would have been like during the last episode.
Yeah. Um.
But
But
I'm
like so
assuming
for
it did.
like the
What was
beginning of
8?
the season, number eight's The Rookie.
Yeah,
Um.
fire.
Number 9, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh no.
And number 10 is Forever.
Daredevil can't even beat the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. What the hell are we doing?
To be fair, that came out. I mean, Daredevil came out
Did
in
come
what,
out a long time
April?
ago.
April,
Yeah.
like, and then for the movies, number 1 is Nona's. Number 2, A Deadly American Marriage. Number 3, Family. 4 is Beetlejuice. 5 is Novocaine. I still really want to watch that. We got to watch that. Moana 2 is still in the top 10. It's on number
Yeah.
6.
Makes sense.
Paddington in Peru is number 7.
Oh
What the fuck?
shit.
8, Another Simple Favor, and whoa, what are you doing up here? Number 9 is Rogue One, which
Let's go.
probably because of Andor. Rogue One
Yeah.
is one of the best Star Wars movies ever.
So good. So
And that
good.
that Darth Vader at the end, mm.
Dude, chef's kiss.
And then number 10 is I Still Believe, but no idea what that is.
No idea what that is. So we're since we kind of brought up Andor and stuff, you obviously know this because
Hmm.
you like Star Wars.
Yeah,
When Andor first came out, remember it was during COVID. It was kind of a new show, new writers, kind of following a different like non-Jedi, not non-Jedi forward type like
yeah,
um what's it called, like storyline, right?
yeah.
And so Andor started off really really slow to where
Hmm.
people thought the show was going to tank, and even as it was going through its entirety of the first season, it didn't start picking up steam until after the show had already been aired completely. And then
Yeah.
it picked up so much steam that it hit the Nielsen's chart after it had already came out. So it was like word of mouth really pushed that show forward
Oh
because of how
yeah.
great it was.
Hmm.
And then the second season has done incredible. And speaking on Star Wars, we all know Kennedy Cathy is like the head of Star Wars for Disney.
Yeah.
There a lot of people hate her because she's kind of not made the greatest Star Wars stuff and
Hmm.
kind of put money and effort towards things she shouldn't have. And there's rumor, she's been talking about leaving for quite a while, but Star Wars has sucked. And so I think everybody's been waiting for her to have a win finally
Yeah.
to be able to like go off on a win. There are rumors that Kevin Feige is going to leave Marvel for Star Wars after the Secret Wars comes out and after Kathy Kennedy retires.
Yeah.
One,
I
what's the point of that? Two, do you think if the Russos took over, it would still be as good, or do we need Kevin Feige in the helm?
Okay. Two things. I think Kevin probably wants a break from Marvel. He's been in that. He's been deep in there for like 15
Yeah,
years.
real deep.
That poor man. I mean, granted, he's rich because of it, but I mean, he was rich before. But, um, I mean, that'd be. I'd like to see like if we could get like how, like phase one of Marvel felt. If we could get that in Star Wars, like get Kevin's like
Oh
fresh,
shit, that'd be
like
so cool.
that would be straight fire. I think
But
that'd be
what's the
so
point?
gas.
Is Star Wars isn't that much bigger than Marvel? I don't see how that's a step like up.
I don't think it needs to be a step up necessarily, but like it'd be a change for him, and it would give
Yeah,
Star Wars fans a different like branch of content.
probably give them hope. That's
Yeah.
all the Star Wars movies are about, hope.
Kevin Feige, A New Hope.
A New Hope. It's just him playing Luke.
Yeah. Oh
Do you
man.
think the Russos would do just as good?
With Star Wars?
with Marvel if they were the head of Marvel
Oh,
after Kevin leaves?
it's it's hard to say because it's like where are they going to take it? There's like there's so many like comic lines, and it's like they because depending on who takes it, like it will go very different ways. If someone else takes the helm and
Would you
Kevin
rather
steps
have them
away.
or Happy from Spider-Man? Because he produces a lot of stuff
Oh
like The
yeah,
Mandalorian,
uh-huh.
all that
No,
stuff.
I would rather have him step in. He's not
Really?
only has it well not only has he was a part of he's been in Marvel since 2008. He
They've made some
knows,
incredible stuff.
yeah, he knows where everything's going. He knows the story well, and he's made so many good movies. Um, Granted, like the Russo brothers, like they are also like they just have so much talent. Um, but I think that he could do good with it. But to say I would like prefer one over the other would kind of be hard because I don't know where either would take it. But I think Kevin is more, or not Kevin, fucking, what's his name?
Favreau or the Russos?
Oh, John Favreau. Um, I think that he would take it in a pretty good direction. I think he would like,
I think you. I think he'd be good as head of Star Wars too, because he's made Star
oh,
Wars stuff.
100%. The Mandalorian is one of the best things to come out in recent years.
It might be
In
one of the
all
best
Star
Star
Wars
Wars things
years.
to ever come out. Yeah.
Yeah. I rewatched it probably 3 times. All
This
like
the
all the
last
seasons.
season was like what like I was okay with it. I wasn't upset with it. I didn't think
Hmm.
it was as good as the first two seasons,
Yeah.
but it was still an incredible show. And what they I will say this. You brought up like there's a lot of storylines in the comic books and they can go any
Hmm.
direction they want, but they
Yeah.
did have the greatest storyline of all time with Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
And so there
True.
is hope that they would be able to produce something good, but I
Yeah.
don't know what the Russos have done since Endgame. I don't think they've done any Marvel stuff since Endgame,
Mm,
right?
I don't think so.
Let me look that up.
Um, but it's like, and with Favreau getting it, if he did get it, it would be another thing of like, is he maybe he's burnt out on Marvel? You know what I mean?
Oh, they've done a lot of great movies, dude. They did
No, 100%.
everything, everywhere, all at once.
Hmm.
They did Doomsday. They're gonna do
I
Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I okay. So let me preface this. The only time I ever saw everything everywhere all at once, I was high as balls. And I don't remember any of it, and I was so confused the whole time.
It's dude, it was so good that like Gil and Naomi were like forcing me to watch it. That movie is incredible. He also
Hmm.
made Extraction 2, and he made The Gray Man, which I loved that movie. That was a great movie. That's the one with Ryan Gosling playing like a agent guy protecting like a girl,
Hmm.
protecting like the daughter of like a really famous person. So good.
Hmm.
Such a great movie.
So
But
let's
they
look
haven't
at
done anything with Marvel.
so John helped direct the original Iron Man. He did. I don't know if you've ever seen Chef. It was like
I
that one was
have.
really good.
Good movie.
He is directing The Mandalorian and Grogu. He directed that new Jungle Book, which was fire. Oh, controversial one here. He directed the Lion King film you
I
hate.
didn't we just talked about this. I didn't like that movie.
I haven't seen it. Um, let's see here.
He did I mean he's done all
But
the
that's kind
like
of everything.
rom-coms that we know him from.
Yeah, he did do Iron Man 2. Um,
Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah. Um, I think that's kind of it for recent years.
Oh, you're talking about what within like the last 10 years he did Deadpool,
Yeah.
Wolverine, he did
Oh, you know
Spider-Man No
what?
Way Home and Homecoming.
Yeah, he did Skeleton Crew. He did Ahsoka. Ahsoka was fire. Um,
Wow. Yeah, he does some good Star Wars stuff.
yeah, 100%. So I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see him and Kevin get in on a movie over on the Star Wars end. Um,
Yeah, because they've done so well with Marvel stuff
yeah,
that they've done.
is it like all these movies that I'm looking at that he like helped direct, like Avengers, Ultron.
He did do
Like
Solo.
that's true. Like all of the Marvel movies he is like executive produce or
Oh,
co-produce, like
Marvel
those are
movies are
fire.
bad.
Oh, it
Yeah,
doesn't. I mean, I'm talking just in general, but
but no,
um,
I mean, I could not agree more with your statement. Like everything he's done for Star Wars and Marvel have
hmm
been really good. The only one that we said there that is controversial
hmm
is Age of Ultron, and that's not because it was a bad movie, but because there wasn't a lot of lead up to it, and they made Ultron kind of look like a bitch compared to how he actually is in the comics.
hmm
But
um, also
yeah,
kind of
you can't go wrong either
controversial
way.
with. I mean, they had a lot to do in No Way Home, and I love that movie, but it is very nostalgia carried.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if you didn't have both the actors who played Spider-Man previously, would
hmm
that movie have done a billion? Possibly, because people do love Spider-Man, but you're right. That
Yeah,
movie was
but
carried a lot by that.
the attraction in was like, it was like,
Holy
oh, Toby,
shit,
yeah, holy shit, Toby
Toby.
and Andrew might be back on the screen, and we get to see the greatest Spider-Man villain that's been on screen. We get to see him come back onto the screen and do it
Man,
again.
I hope they make him the next villain.
Who did? He was just so good.
He's such an incredible
Even
actor.
in the new one, like they showed more of like the Green Goblin side of like the multiple personality disorder. Um, and like that shit was straight fire. Like the way that he acted it out, and like you could see that swap and is just in his facial expression was fire.
Didn't think Jamie Foxx and Electro was all that great in this one either, though.
Well, Loki, I thought he did in this movie. He was way better than.
Oh,
Well,
way better, but I still
yeah,
don't think that's a great character. Like, I don't think that's a great villain.
I think Electro can be cool, but like Electro is kind of like an idiot, and like I don't know if you've played the Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation, but like they portray like Electro like how he is, like
But would you
he's
not say he's like a B? He's like a B level villain, not like an
yeah.
A level villain.
I mean, and it just kind of depends because like there's like the way that Toby's third movie did Sandman, like
Oh yeah.
like yeah, like he was probably a B level hero before that, or I mean villain before that movie. But then like to see him like get big, like take an entire skyscraper, cover it in sand, and just be hammering on like Peter, like
Did you not come out of that movie still thinking he's B level? I did.
No Way Home.
Well, in either movie, in Toby's third or in
Um,
No Way Home. I'm talking about Sandman.
oh Sandman. I think they kind of did him down in No Way Home, but if you do a rewatch of number three, he's pretty fucking wild, dude. Like
Was he? But he wasn't even the main. He wasn't even like the main villain in that movie.
yeah, but that's because Sony wanted to shoehorn Venom in.
Yeah, they did make Venom look cooler than
If
Tom
you
Hardy like scratching his fucking vocal cords.
yeah, if you I don't know if you know anything. I mean, this is going way back and getting way off topic, but if I don't know if you know anything like about the Tobey Maguire's fourth movie, it was completely written and ready to go, and there was like even like drawings and stuff. They were gonna do the lizard for that movie. Um, the only reason number three was so bad compared to one and two, because even though number two is regarded as the best Spider-Man movie of all time, and like top five superhero movies of all time in a lot of people's minds, especially mine. Um, that and Sam Raimi talks about it in a lot of interviews, but like Sony kind of like took over that movie and like took away a lot of his like creativity, like creative what do you call it, creative freedoms, and that's like the reason that movie feels so shoehorned and rushed, and there's so many things going on, is because Sony was like, Sam, you got to put all this stuff in there. We want Venom in there. If you're doing Sandman, you got to do them both.
Ugh. I wonder what it would have. You know how they did like the director's cut for the Justice League? They should have done that for
Yeah,
that fucking movie to see what
it would.
he wanted
Yeah,
to do.
it was. Like, could you imagine that? Like, go back and redo it now. Oh, a great example. Did you like Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah,
That's a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, I love Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Just the third one, like I obviously it wasn't his fault, but that third
Hmm.
one was hit or miss.
Yeah, it's going back on a rewatch. I still love it. I saw it in theaters when I was 7 years old. I wore a stupid Spider-Man costume when we went to see it with my mom. But and again, a lot of that is nostalgia factor. But like,
Still a great movie. Still
it's
a great
it's it
rewatch.
sucks to think about what that movie could have been and how we could have gotten a number four. But at the same time, if Sony didn't do that, then we would have never gotten Andrew Spider-Man.
Yeah, very true, but like I think in a lot of people's minds they could have done without Andrew as Spider-Man.
Yeah, but to
He
be
had
fair,
probably the
in
best suit.
he had the best suit, and I think he fought the coolest. Like he fought like a spider. It was super.
Yes,
Like I
yeah,
love
because
the
he's like
scene where he's
tall and
crawling around.
lengthy.
I love the scene where he's like crawling around the lizard and like webbing him up. I think it's so cool.
And that scene where he's like falling and you see the reflection, like you know what I'm talking about, where he's swinging, you see the reflection in like the glass of the
Yeah,
skyscraper.
yeah.
There were some really good moments in those,
Mhm.
and I thought Emma Stone played a really good MJ.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought she did
she's
all
so
right for
fine.
as MJ. The lizard wasn't terrible, but that fucking second one sucked.
It's
That one's so bad.
best suit, worst movie.
Oh, easily.
Hmm.
But I did, and I've talked to you about this. I always loved Andrew as Spider Man.
Hmm.
I've always
He
like
just
I loved him as an actor. Everything.
they just gave him shit writing, honestly,
Oh yeah,
and like um and I think that's portrayed in No Way Home because if you can ask anyone who watched No Way Home, he feels the most like Spider-Man in that movie out of the three.
yeah, he
Like,
does. He's got
and
that like he's got that. If he wasn't so hot, he would have been the perfect Spider Man. You know what I mean? Like he's
yeah,
weird and kind of like smart and not
hmm
social, but he's
but
like the
that's the
hottest
thing
guy
though is
ever. So it's
like
hard to.
they gave him hot guy glasses, they made him a skater, and like it's like, and I know it's because they wanted to differentiate him from Toby's, but like I don't know, it didn't turn out super
Yeah, with
awesome.
Toby's like with his bomber jacket, like dancing in the street and shit.
Yeah, but like
But no,
that's no knock on Andrew. Andrew is a really good Spider-Man.
no, he's a great Spider-Man. He's a great actor. But we will continue on this. I mean, this is all gonna come out once Avengers,
Hmm.
Doomsday and Secret Wars comes out. We'll see if Kevin Feige actually retires and if Kathleen Kennedy is gonna stay as the head of Star Wars
Hmm.
and what happens with the Russos and John Favreau. But we're gonna stay updated on all this stuff just because we love it anyway, and we're gonna talk about it whether there's no one listening or a bunch of people listening. We just enjoy these conversations,
Hmm.
whether it be about 100 gorillas versus one guy. Can we run 10 yards in a football game,
We have
or
been all
Marvel
over this.
DCU news?
We've been
Yeah,
all over
all
this
over the
episode.
place. But I think people that's what people like is just random
Hmm.
conversation of two friends. But I appreciate Jamie for coming on. We're going to end this episode here. I will see you guys next week for the next episode of the podcast. Hopefully, Jamie's on. If he can't, then it'll just be me. But if he can, I'd love to have him on again. And we'll stay updated on all this stuff. Otani
Hmm.
pitching, some NBA news. Hopefully, we get to see a game seven. Who will know? But
Hmm.
if you liked this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe. All of Jamie's socials will be in the description. Thank you so much, Jamie, and we will see you guys again next week. Peace.